We got another email.
Okay.
This one is from Nicole Sherman.
Hey, Nicole.
Good evening, Len, Vince, missionaries, and special guests. That means Angelica. At the time of this writing, I am blasting Johnny Gill's sleeper hit Let's Just Run Away from the Mo Money soundtrack.
This is random missionary email.
This is random as hell. Like
I worked as a costumer on the Three Stooges movie. I'm listening to the Johnny Gill song from the Mo Money soundtrack.
Like, first of all, you're listening to the Mo Money soundtrack.
This is real chaotic right now.
Nicole continues, got to give it up to Johnny Gill for being on black movie soundtracks in the early 90s, such as Mo Money and, of course, Boomerang.
Sure.
Since February, for me, is Love Month, I am watching black rom-coms to celebrate. This weekend, I went back to rewatch Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson, Tupac, Joe Torre, and, of course, Regina King. You know what's funny? For Regina King to be in the industry for 40 plus years, she has yet to be in leading lady material where she is the lead, with the exception of Shirley, and that's a shame. I also want to point out that Regina King really hasn't been in a lot of rom-coms either. Last year, you guys chose who would star in a movie with Halle Berry if she wanted to do rom-coms again. Now, I now pose this question for you all to answer. If Regina King was to be in a rom-com as the leading lady, who do you think should be alongside her? All I know is I want it to be hot, sexy, and older people having intimacy on screen. I'm looking forward to hearing your answers. And side note, I am excited you guys are finally doing one of Lawrence Fishburne's underappreciated films, Hoodlum, which is coming up next week. Mm-hmm. Have a great rest of the week, Nicole. That's actually kind of interesting talking about older people on film having sex, because I was rewatching Heat this weekend and realized that it was one of the few movies where Al Pacino is in a sex scene.
Okay.
But nevertheless.
So this exact second, I've never thought about Al Pacino having sex.
I didn't either until Saturday when I was watching Heat. So Regina King in a first of all, it is surprising that Regina King has not been
like the lead.
It's
like
surprising
that.
And it's not,
no, so
because let's be honest, because how many black women have been the lead of many films.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all, actually.
But for her not to be like even like a co-lead in a rom-com, that's kind of interesting that hasn't, and maybe that's been strategic on her part.
I think any of the leads in the Best Man universe would do well opposite her in a rom-com.
That's interesting, because I know you're not necessarily acting-wise that great a fan of Morris Chestnut.
I've liked Morris Chestnut more and more the older he's gotten. And again, a rom-com, I think it's a little light. It's a little frothy.
True.
Like I think Morris Chestnut could very much handle, you know, I'm the big attorney in this firm, and Regina King is a big attorney in the other firm, and you know, hijinks ensue.
See, now I would go different. I would take Regina King and Colman Domingo, lift them out of If Beale Street Could Talk.
It's too rich.
What do you mean it's too rich?
It's too rich.
What do you mean it's too rich?
It's like Crab Imperial.
What?
Like, you know how Crab Imperial is like crab and then they put cheddar on it and it's too rich?
No, I've never had Crab Imperial.
Yeah, it's just too, I think it's too, like Colman Domingo and Regina, it's just too much acting. Like, it's too much.
What do you mean it's too much acting? It's a rom-com.
Right, and
I think it would be great to see them like tone it down and have fun with one another.
I could see the two of them as a couple that's been married for 10 years or 20 years, and they're dealing with sort of the ennui of age and
no.
Children
That's
have left
you
the
wanting
house
to keep them in a lane. That's what you wanted to keep them in a lane. I could see them being married 10 years, anniversary, they're on a cruise, and they mess around and get involved in some crazy mystery on a cruise, and now they've got to solve it and hijinks ensue. I could see Regina King and Colman Domingo, just having fun.
I don't want them in hijinks.
See, that's your problem. You don't want to let them. You don't want to let them live.
You're right. No hijinks. Y'all too good for hijinks.
See, that's
y'all too good for hijinks.
But see, but this is about putting her in a rom-com. So you're saying she's too good for rom-coms? That sounds like what you're saying.
I actually think I just don't think you can have both of them. Like, you got to have somebody.
What do you mean you can't have both of them?
You got to have somebody to cut that. Like you can have Regina King and somebody a little frothier, or you can have Colman Domingo and somebody a little frothier. But the two of them together, that's too much.
You don't think they can be frothy?
I don't think they can be. No,
they can't be frothy together.
No, I don't. It's too much. It's too much heft.
That makes absolutely no sense.
It's too much heft.
That makes no sense.
It's too much heft.
That makes no sense, Vincent. You're wrong.
I don't like it.
I
don't like it. Colman Domingo can be in it with like Essence Atkins or something, and Regina Hall can be in it with like you know, like I'll even give her Lorenz Tate. But yeah, that's too much. It's too much acting in one place.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
So like after Fences ended. Mm-hmm. You think like Viola Davis and Denzel Washington could have been in some wacky hijinks?
Not those two characters, but
no, those two actors.
Well,
Denzel and Viola, wacky.
To that point, we have both said
like Denzel gets hit in the head and he's got amnesia.
First of all, we didn't say he was going to be in a Mel Brooks movie, but we have both said that, you know, it would have been nice to see Denzel Washington do more comedy. We've both said that.
Okay.
And I think Denzel now,
but Viola Davis.
Viola Davis, I would be curious to see her in a comedy. I'm not sure I could see her first in a comedy, but I could see Colman Domingo in a comedy. I could see.
They can't be frothy. They can't be frothy. I thought we were being frothy.
No, I think they can be frothy. I think they can be. Okay. I would sign up for it.
Okay,
I would sign up for it. Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Academy Award winner Denzel Washington. Academy Award winner Viola Davis.
Yes.
In Second Honeymoon in Hollywood.